Hey, it's Nathan Watt from What's On and What. Today I'm talking about the keys to success, and it's generally not what you think. So this isn't the latest greatest hack of greatness. This is how I've seen in my experience businesses who achieve their goals and businesses who get to where they want to be and what they've done. So I've reverse engineered that process and do it in my own business. So the key to this isn't anything new or special, or there's no proprietary knowledge here. It's just simple things done well, but done with conviction and done repeatedly year in, year out. So, what are these keys to success? Well, the first one goes back to really the evolution of humans and what separates us from every other creature around and why we've dominated the earth, whether that's good or bad, is we can use our imagination. That's a key component to that. So we can imagine ourselves in lots of different scenarios. I can imagine myself sitting on a beach as a billionaire, sipping martinis and not a care in the world. I can also imagine myself sitting here doing more tax returns. So the ability to imagine a future state for ourselves is a key to your success. You might call this your vision. I call it a forecast because no one can really tell what's going to happen in 5 years or 10 years' time, but we have a certain direction that we want to take and what that can look like. So, as an accountant, I'm very much obviously a numbers based sort of person. So, in business, what does that vision look like? And how is that going to play out practically for you and the business? And this is where people sort of blank over, they go, okay, not another budget, not another forecast sermon. And that's fine. I mean, forecasts and budgets have been given a bad name because people don't do them properly. I can forecast anything in the world in this spreadsheet. It doesn't mean a single thing until you take the next two steps. And those next two steps are actually making a plan and then doing it. So it's a simple three-step process. Where do you want to be? How are you going to get there? And then go out and do the things that you need to do to get there. So in a practical business sense, what does that look like? Well, if you want to grow your business and you say, look, I'd really like to make some more money. At the moment, I'm making, 16, 17% net profit. It seems not quite enough for the amount of work and risk I'm taking. I want to grow my business. Okay, great. Currently, we've got 1.2 million in sales. Very simple business here, just to illustrate the point. So new sales, this is what people do. I'm going to get 5% more every month. Cool. What does that look like? Well, it adds another $60,000 to the bottom line. Great, I'm happy with that. Or it might be I'm going to get 10% growth. That's a general one that comes through a lot. All well and good. I'm not going to say that you can't do that or it's not achievable or any of those things. What I am going to ask you is how? Where are you going to get these new sales from? What do they look like? Which customers are buying them? And how are you actually going to do it? And that's the important part of the forecast. It's not these numbers that you put into these spreadsheets and spit out a net profit figure. That can be anything in the world. I could put $10 million in here, but it's not going to mean anything if you can't actually go out and do it. So the next part of this is you've got these numbers. Okay, we want to grow profit to 250,000. Great. How? And this is where we go into our little plan here. And this is just a basic one I wrote up this morning, but these are the sorts of questions that you need to be asking yourself when developing your forecast and developing your goals for your business success. So sales, what do the new sales look like? How many customers do we need? What products and services are they going to be buying and at what prices? How many times do they buy these things? So if you're sitting there going, I want to put another $10,000 a month in sales, okay, well, how many customers is that? What are they buying? And how are you actually going to sell those things? The next one is, once you've got that 10,000, who are our customers and where do we find them? If we want more customers, how do I go out and get more customers? Well, I don't know unless I ask the question. How do you get in front of them? What are they going to buy from you instead of your competitor? And then who's going to do all this sales and marketing? Everyone's busy. No one's sitting around twiddling their thumbs in small business. So who's actually going to carve out the time to actually go and do it? And how much money have they got to spend? And we spend all this money, what is the expected conversion rate? We're not going to go out and spend 10 grand on Facebook ads and expect to get $100,000 back. Like, what is the actual realistic expectation on this? And how long does it take? We start sales and marketing now. We've never done sales and marketing before. How long is it going to take? No idea. When do we know if it's not working? This is the key one. People either pull the trigger too early or too late, let it run too long. So you need to know your path to exit. If things aren't working out, when are you going to change them? And how are you going to change it? It's key to know what you're going to do if certain scenarios play out. And we've got all this stuff worked out. How are we actually going to deliver these services? We've got all these new customers, but our team can't handle any more sales. We can't physically find the cash to pay for the stock, or we can't pay for wages, or we can't do anything. How are we going to fund this? We're growing well. When do we need more staff? And which staff do we need? When is that going to happen? When we get to 1.5, do we need more sales staff? Do we need more warehouse staff? Do we need more reception or admin or whatever it is? You need to plan this stuff out. What is it going to happen on our other overheads? When do we need more office space? When do we need more warehouse space? When do we need more equipment? All that sort of stuff comes back into this sales target. And are we comfortable with taking on this risk? We've already got a $1.2 million business producing $170,000 of profit. Are we willing to go out and do all this work and take on this risk of blowing that all up to increase it by 80 grand? Is that enough? Should we be targeting higher? Should we be targeting less? So the key to your success is not just doing a forecast in Excel and going, great, let's increase our sales by 10%, wonderful. Let's do that and never look at it again. The key is actually thinking about, well, if we want to increase our sales, we want to increase our profit, how are we going to do that? Who's going to do it? And what does it look like in terms of the actual day-to-day implementation and execution of this plan? That is the key to that is the key difference between the people who achieve stuff and get things they want and everybody else who just daydreams about, oh yeah, it'd be nice if I got some more sales, or it'd be nice if I earned some more money, or wouldn't it be great if I was wealthy? Well, you can be if you actually sit down, put the time into it, make the plan and execute it. So those are the 3 keys to your success. If you need help with that, let us know, but it's not a difficult process, it's more of a questioning process. If I want more sales, how am I going to get them? If you don't know the answer to that, chances are of you getting more sales are pretty much zero. You need to do the homework, you need to do the hard work to find out how you're going to do it.